But so of course, going through old WCW shit, I came across a guy. I should reword that. This name, Hardboy Harrison.
Oh yeah.
You were
I'll
about
tell you what. This is interesting. I'm actually going to message the guys on the Dark Side of the Ring that do the Dark Side of the Ring series. The Hardbody Harrison story would be fascinating. That'd be a good watch on people should know that story.
but that's exactly why I'm asking you. I hear a lot of rumors that he was this fucking, uh, what would you call it, a sex criminal?
Mm-hmm.
So do you have any stories of being aware of that or noticing that kind of behavior?
Yeah. He was in WCW. He was at the power plant. Um, he would do tough man contests, and he didn't really look. He wasn't like a polished fighter at all. But he'd like won a couple tough man contests. And if you ever watched a tough man contest, like he shows some of the tapes, like he just like rock 'em sock 'em robots. He just come forward and just and he's built pretty good. He was tough, but he did he did like when he worked, he was like all right. So when he was at the power plant, he was not well liked. Like people didn't like him. He was a loudmouth. He was kind of like he's just he thought he was way better than he was. He would have he was so like he was. This is like in the mid late '90s, but he would have like these. It's funny because me and this friend of ours, we were just crack up at this. There was like me, him, and Canyon. My other friend, we'd always joke about him because he would always come up with these names, like list of like wrestling gimmick names and stuff, and they were all just like awful. And he didn't spell really well, so it's like some of the names, but he had all these weird, stupid gimmick names. The guy's got the list. It's like if they ever do a Hardbody Harrison story, like that's one of the elements of it. Is like he had these lists of names, and he would have like how they have the Torch and the Observer. He would put out a little paper and copy and give it to people called the Power Plant Torch, right? And each month he would have like a guy that was like the dope or whatever, and he would call it instead of the Bozo the Clown, he would spell Bozo Bozoo. So it'd be Bozu the Clown, right? So he'd have these gimmicks and everything. So he was one of those guys that didn't realize because his attitude was atrocious. He never really was going to make it, and so he was one of the people that was in the racism lawsuit, right? And that thing was like settled, but like if that ever gone to court, like there are some of those guys that if they like put them under, they have people testify against it. They'd be like, this guy, this is not racism. This guy's just an ass. Nobody likes him. He's disrespectful to the. That's what it wasn't racism. It wasn't like he was just not a well liked guy. So then, I guess when WCW he got the money. He got all this money. He like bought a big house, and he got into sex trafficking. This has become a pimp, and had like these girls. And it was funny because like he was supposedly, I guess he was training the girls. Like he had I don't know if this is true. This is shady. Like I'm not clear on all this, but I think he had a wrestling ring in the backyard. He was training the girls to wrestle too. And it's funny because like the Vince Russo had a religious show. And it's called Glory, like Ring of Glory. He did a Christian wrestling show one time after WCW. And Hardbody showed up, and he had like 8 girls with him. And they all were just like very quiet, and they wouldn't speak to anybody. It just looked very weird, Like it's just kind of like they all kind of had the same look, expression, kind of like just like they were lost, and stuff. And we had no idea at the time that he was sex trafficking these girls. He was pimping them out.
How many did you buy from him?
I didn't buy any. That's
He should have called his company Ring of Glory Hole.
Maybe.
You're no selling me here.
Well, they're not funny. I'll sell if you have a funny joke, but they're not funny.
They're hilarious. Conan's going to love this. I'm going to send it to him.
We're going to play clips of this, and he's going to kazoo you like 40 times.